If you look carefully, you can just make out it says toxic burial pit. Well, this is going to be a really glamorous video, isn't it? Come along and see what happens. Hello, I'm on my way to go and hunt out Britain's secret weapons of mass destruction and research into atomic weapons that all took place in a very remote North Welsh valley. Come along and join me. This one's amazing. I don't know what we're coming up to now. It reminds me of an old World War II building. But this isn't any old World War II building. This is an No, it's a very, very important building in the history of the world, as we're about to find out.
This building is building P6, otherwise known as building 45. On the site there's 3 buildings like this, identical. There's 2 over there and there's this one. And they were meant to be buildings to process mustard gas. But by the time this one was finished being built, the other 2 were virtually up and running, and this one was obsolete for that purpose then. But in 1941, I think it was, the government wanted a site to perform experiments to create the atomic bomb, and this is the building that they chose. The process was called the gaseous fusion. Is that right?
Yes. Gaseous diffusion. The enrichment of uranium.
Yes, you did hear that right. To create the atomic bomb.
And so therefore, the knowledge they learned here then went on to Capenhurst and then went on to America to create the Manhattan Project. So this building is of international importance. It's grade 2 listed, which quite a few of them are actually. This one is the only one in the country that did that sort of work.
Access is restricted, not because you'll end up getting radiated, but because there are bats living now in this environment, so they like to give the bats priority, so we only have limited access. So rest assured, I shouldn't have been irradiated. However, I do seem to be glowing in the dark at night. Still, it saves the electricity bill, doesn't it? Inside there's a small display that you can read. This is one part of the building you are still actually allowed in. I shot this on a phone and did it portrait rather than landscape because of the nature of the display, so apologies for that, but I hope it gives you an idea of some of the information. I'll leave you to read through it. I'm sure you'll find it very interesting if you want to read it. It's a few weeks since we visited the site, and I still can't get over how much more there is to it than I was expecting. You know, who would have thought that in this unassuming little valley that we'd have seen the embryonic beginnings of nuclear warfare, something which has changed the whole way the world is seen. And yeah, it was actually quite thought-provoking. If you look carefully, you can just make out it says toxic burial pit. Yeah, and that's really dangerous. What that means is somewhere there's a load of muck under there. Nobody knows what it is. There's 12 pits in total on the site. Nobody's quite sure where they are, and they can contain anything. Probably mustard gas in its constituent parts. Maybe some of the atomic stuff too. Hey! Okay, right.
took them 18 months and they dug 1,000 tonnes a shift, 3 shifts a day. 3,000 tonnes a day, so it's about 370,000 tonnes of rock.
That's amazing. That's hard work, isn't it? Right, so we're just about to go and have a look inside the tunnel. We haven't got permission to go all the way into them today. Maybe another day.
Right.
This should be good.
Happy people. Okay. On the raised bank on the left here behind you there, sir, used to be a giant air conditioning plant which supplied controlled air into the tunnel system.
You can really feel how much the temperature drops as you come in. It goes down to about 6 degrees. After we'd received some really interesting information, we then looked down through the tunnel.
Joseph. Speak your name.
Joseph!
Okay, louder.
Joseph!
The echo, all right? The length of the tunnel, 550 feet. All right? 550 feet. My other torch that I haven't got because the man who's supposed to give it to me hasn't arrived today would be much better if it would show up in the tunnel. 550 feet. As you can imagine, when we have the school children come in with the Wayland flag. The side tunnels are only 490 feet in length. But other than that, that's the tunnels. We do tunnel tours, but this year we're a bit tight with having problems with death.
It feels like we're walking way outside the site now. It's a beautiful morning. It's roasting hot. But this tour seems to be taking us away from the main complex. Can't imagine why, but you will be told soon.
Caught up, you'd have heard. This is where we did all the
So I'm laughing because my appropriate adult has just informed me that if I should have been listening, this is the area where you'll see some more buildings. This is where the bombs and shells, because they had bombs for being dropped using a different chemical component of the mustard gas to the shells, but this is where they put them together, put the detonators in. It's quite dangerous, so if it did go bang, it was away from the main site. Let's go and have a look inside.
The story goes that there used to be scientists working here, and they weren't supposed to have paper to write their calculations down on, and so they did a lot of their workings out on the plaster, the wall, and it's been added to over the years. There's a few little lines of poetry here and there, isn't there? But we're hoping to try and get it covered over with a sheet of perspex. It's lasted well because it hasn't had the sun shining on it, but we like to keep it, preserved. Some of it is just seeing it. I know how to do that.
Not all of it.
This lovely soft rubberized tarmac, so if they drop a bomb, it doesn't all go bang. Oh, it feels really soft on a warm day like today. It does feel really soft. Boing, boing. Marvellous sound effects for you there. Now, I don't intend going down there, but if you go down over that direction, you'll see where the internal railway is, together with a loading platform and unloading platform. This is quite a massive site. It's a beautiful day. You can't imagine the industry taking place here. One of the things I was going to say, if you notice how it's a lovely flat valley, well, it isn't. The valley itself curves down and then goes back up. All this is the infill from the tunnels, and it's created a flat valley bottom. One of the things that's really interesting is the fact that the gas was kept there. Mustard gas was kept in those massive tunnels right into the 50s, and yes, they were banned by international treaty, but yep, we still had them. There you go. All's fair in love and war, as they say. Those were the times. It's a bit of a sobering thought. You know, I told you I wasn't going to show you the railway because I couldn't be bothered. Well, apparently I can be bothered. This be a railway. This is the platform. So that ends there. You can just see through there, that's the old main line. They used to have points up the top end up there and used to bring them over.
There's 2,000 people working here.
It's amazing when you think railways were such an important part of transport logistics during that time, no matter what country you're in. So this is building P4. This is one of the two mustard gas production factories. So there were three factories designated: factory P4, P5 and P6. P6 is the one that they'd ever use for building, making the mustard gas. I decided to work on the atomic project instead for the depleted uranium. I'm not sure which sounds worse, the mustard gas production or the atomic bomb production. Not to choose between them. So, yeah, it's amazing. I say there's quite a few sites I've been to. You know, they've all got the same architecture, and it never ceases to amaze you. I can even sort of see still the different camouflage patterns. Well, that's just a small flavour of Britain's World War II and post-World War II site that made mustard gas, stored mustard gas, made the bombs, and also created sort of the first steps for the world of atomic warfare. Quite a cheery note to end the video on. I hope you found it interesting, and thanks for watching. Thanks for being all the way to the end. See you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.